Yo, like, subscribe, hit the notifications bell so you'll be notified every time I upload, guys and gals. Shout out to everybody who showed me some support, whatever the case may be. What you see here is props.cash. I got to get a banner up here with my promo code on here, but they do sponsor the channel. Yay! Another a wonderful research tool that'll help you condense, everything, and for NBA, MLB, whatever the case may be. So, shout out to props.cash for lending me their extending their hand. All right, so we got 7 games on our docket, not forcing anything. I give you guys some things that I like, some officials. Probably got one or two officials on the slate, but let's go. All right. So right now I was looking at the trends page, and like I said, you can look at some trends here. Like this is strikeouts. Michael Grove is line sitting at 3.5 to this number. 2023, he's hit this number 100%. Kodai Singai, 100%, stuff like that. If you want to get your day started, you could definitely look at come straight to the trends page and just start clicking on things. Strikeouts. I'll click on outs right now, and then it'll give you some trends for outs. Who's hitting this? Who's hitting what? 2023, last 20, last 10, last 5 versus opponent 2022. Okay. Um, Walks, you know what I'm saying? Hits allowed. You could start your day right here. You know what I'm saying? Then you can slide over here to hits and things of that nature, where you're gonna get some nice little hit rates and stuff like that, and so on and so forth. Hits, 2 hits, 3 hits, 4 hits, home runs, total base, two total bases, yada yada yada. RBIs, runs, total base, hits, hits, runs, and RBIs, batting Ks, batting strikeouts, and so on and so forth. All right. So there you have that. First game on the docket, we got the Minnesota Twins at Boston Red Sox. I haven't looked too much into Maeda here. Houck on the mound. Maeda on the mound, over under 9. Where you want to target Houck at is these lefties. Make sure you got a lineup page, because I'm just checking the lineups here. Anything when you see me go to this page, anything in yellow, which means this lineup is confirmed. So right off the back, I do not see I do not see Buxton here. I do see Gallo. Gallo's got good numbers. He's going to be one of my favorite bats, if not my favorite bats. And like I said, Tanner Houck, he's giving up a 1.067 OPS to lefties. See that leading off Max Kepler. Gonna have some interest in these lefties. Gonna see if they can get to him. Favorite bet's probably gonna be Joey Gallo, then Max Kepler. We know Correa is dangerous, but we'll see. As far as the side in this one, I don't have a side in this one here. Couldn't talk you off some Rafael Devers. He's just that good. So it is what it is. Okay. Strikeouts here. I ended up getting in there on PrizePicks. I got in there at 4.5 for Tanner Houck and moved to 4. One thing I could say here, heading over here to props.cash, going over to, let's filter it to Minnesota and Boston. Then let's start off with Tanner Houck here. All right. Pitcher for Boston. Boston. You can see over here, they rank fifth in Minnesota. They rank fifth in striking out. All right, they're striking out at a 25.8% clip to the right hand batters there. So that's one thing you could look at. Outs, like I said, we looked at the outs. I can filter it to the last 5. Um, I can filter it to the last 5, and Tanner Houck, he's went 15, 15, and 12. This line is misconstrued right here. I have to skip over that. But the walks, he's 2 for 3 for the walks. Hits allowed. He's hit this number in 1 of 3 games. Earned runs, 2.5 and 1 of 3 games. So that's a little visual of how you can navigate through this site. But I'm undecided in this game here. I like Joey Gallo for a hit all the way up to a home run. He's a lefty and he hits lefties really, really well. All right. And I couldn't talk you off of Max Kepler. Max Kepler. All right. So it'd be Joey Gallo number 1, then Kepler number 2 for me. Okay. Keeping it moving up to the next game here. Los Angeles Angels at New York Yankees here. We're at over under 8.5 in this spot. And I do target lefties versus I do target lefties. I do target this Angels team versus lefties because they do hit lefties well. However, it's Nestor Cortez. He's a good pitcher, man. He's a good pitcher. All right. So at the end of the day, um, I want to be hard headed. All right. I want to be hard headed and take the value here. And that's sometimes that you do. It's not an official play. I'm probably gonna lean towards the Angels here though. It's not an official play, but Nestor Cortez is just that good. You want to target him with switches, but Trout, Otani, Renfro, no, these guys can hit lefties. Okay, so honorable mention guys like Hope, however you want to, whatever. If he get moved up in the lineup, somebody gets out, he's gonna get moved up. He's batting over probably 1,000 OPS versus lefties. So um, I still got some love for the Angels here. So right now, I'm not gonna pick a side in this one. Y'all know I'm leaning towards the Angels, but I ain't giving out no. I ain't giving shit out in this one. All right. Sandoval, on the other hand, he's been okay. So I mean that's all I can say. We got over under 8.5. I don't know if I'm gonna go over or under this. Not forcing nothing today. I might just live bet it. But it is what it is. But Trout, Otani, Renfro, those guys are in play, man. They hit left as well. I just can't, I can't, they might not just go out there and smack them around, but you never know. Cincinnati Reds at Pittsburgh Pirates here. We got an over under 9 in the spot. And it's good to get these Reds up out of their building because they building is probably right next to course of giving up runs. You see all those run totals, but like I said, we got Weaver on the mound. Don't know what he's coming off the IL. No, don't know what his pitch count's going to be like. So I don't know what's the deal with that. And then Contreras on the mound. All right, so I don't have too much for that. I was looking at some bats. All right, there was 3 bats that I was looking at, possibly 4. All right, so right now I was looking at uh, Reynolds and McCuskins. They got good numbers versus righties. Castro, I couldn't talk you off of him. All right, and on the other hand, I was looking at who did I write him down? Friedel. He's got a 9. He's got a 9. What was that? 977 OPS versus righties, and I don't know. I don't know, man. Where you want to target Contreras at is the lefties, though. He's giving up 9.71 OPS versus lefties. So, if you want to target him, that's where you want to target him at. All right. So there you have that. Favorite bats, like I said, Reynolds. No, yeah, Reynolds probably 1, McCutcheon probably 2, uh, Castro probably 3, and then I don't know which way I want to go in this spot here. Um, you know, everybody's probably gonna be leaning towards Pittsburgh, and that's rightfully so. I don't know which way I want to go. Tell you the truth, as of right now, it'll probably be Pittsburgh or nothing here. Or I might just do a little hit parlay and be done with it. Um, Colorado Rockies at Philadelphia Phillies here. We got an over under 9 in the spot. And me personally, I'm probably going to be ending up fading Feltner here. It's a fade of Feltner for me. He's given up 5, 3, and 5 runs in his last 3 games here. I want to say. Surprisingly, the strikeouts has been there for him. That's one thing I could I could I could say here. Surprisingly, so let's look. And I mentioned that because you can see over here on the right, Philadelphia. All right, they're bad. They're top 10 in striking out versus right hand pitching. So that's one thing. But the thing you also need to look at is, uh, first of all, this line sitting at 4.5 for Feldner, and he's hit this at 2 out of his last 3 games. But he also giving it up to righties, okay? And it's a lefty in this lineup that will smack him around too. So those are 2 things that you got to filter out. Because if you look at his outs, uh, he's only won 11 outs, 14 and 15 outs. His line sitting at 16 and a half right now. Favored it to the under. So, that's one thing right there. And the walks have been there. He's had his walks sitting at 1.5 right now. Now, that's one thing I might take a stab at, even if I have to add into parlays. It's sitting at -1. I seen it at -150 on DraftKings, but it's sitting at 1.5. He's hit 3 walks or more in his in his last 3 games, all the games this season. All right, hits allowed, sitting at 5.5. He's one for 2 this season, and his line for 2.5 runs earned is he's hit this 100%. All right, so uh, that's one thing. And then, like I said, these righties, I like these righties here. All right, so I like Trey Turner. Wait a minute. Trey Turner, Real Muto, Castellanos, Stott, Bohm. I like these guys. Now Stott is a lefty, okay? So I'm gonna show you what he's been doing. What you guys should already know what he's been doing. He's been smacking these lefties. He's been smacking everybody around. Truthfully, um, he just coming off a monstrous streak there. So let's go to the season here. All right, so he's 18 and 19 for to at least a hit. All right, his line is sitting at a half at minus 275. So he's got a hit in 18 and 19 games. All right, total bases sitting at 1.5. He smacked this in 14 and 19 games. So he's not only getting a hit, he's going out there smacking his total bases. All right, he's batting 382 versus righties, and he's batting over 350 versus righties and lefties. So he's been playing some good ball. So he's definitely in play off the strength. Okay. And then Castellanos, Stott, Turner, um, um, Marsh, Bohm, like all these guys. So you know what? Just give me them Philadelphia Phillies money line parlays, run line straights. I'll deal with the consequences. Okay. Los Angeles Dodgers, my Chicago Cubs. We got an over under 11. It came out at 10.5. Money coming in. It went up to 11. Why is it at 11? Because you need these lineup page. Not only do they tell you, the weather, I mean, the lineups, but they tell you the weather and yada, yada, yada. 61 degrees. Um, Storms. We gotta run a check on these storms. And the winds blowing out. All right, winds blowing out to center field at 15 to 20 miles an hour. Okay, so where you want to target, you can target both of these pitchers here to lefties, and you could target James. You could target Grove for lefties and switches here. So right off the back, I'm gonna like Bellinger. Okay, I'm gonna like Hap. All right, from Hap from a hit all the way up to a home run. Same thing for Bellinger. Okay. On the other side, these Dodgers got some bats, especially these first two five that we see right here. They all can hit righties. First through four especially. Mookie Betts, Freeman, Muncy, Martinez, all these guys can hit righties. As far as the side in this one with a total like this, I probably don't. I probably don't take a side in this one. Might do a hit parlay. To give me a plus 100 or plus 150 and get out of there. Chicago, they favorites. But the money steady coming in on the Dodgers, pushing that number up. It was plus money. Now it's minus 102. Couldn't talk you off anything here, all right? Anything. I couldn't talk you off anything. I'm probably looking for Hap to pop out this game here, all right? San Diego Padres at Arizona Diamondbacks here. We got an over under 10 in this one here. All right, Michael Walker and Arizona and Nelson on the mound here. Sliding over here to props.cash. Gonna filter this to San Diego versus Arizona. And then I'm gonna filter this to go up here to strikeouts. Give you guys a little bit of information here. Um, Currently, this season, um, uh, San Diego Padres number two is striking out versus right hand batting, and we'll get to the number one team in a minute. So, like I said, versus right hand pitching, they're number two, striking out at a 26% clip. They do get Tatis back. You see the thumbnail. Tatis has been down there in AAA and mine wherever he's been. Goddamn it, out there knocking fire from the ball. All right, so I like him in all facets of the game right now, and a few other bats. Uh, this Ryan Nestle K prop sitting at 4.5. He hasn't hit this number on the season. His outs sitting at 15.5. He's 2 for 3 to that number. His walks are sitting at 2.5. Couldn't talk you off of it if you want to get there versus this team. Because these bats are about to wake up here. Hits allowed, he's been flirting with the 5.5, 1 for 2, 1 for 3 this season, and earned runs sitting at 3.5 right now. I'd imagine his line is moving because of the matchup, but it is what it is. All right. Michael Walker, on the other hand, He's hit his out prop. And I was looking at his outs. He was looking. He hit his out prop at two of his last three games. K prop sitting at 3.5. Had an outlier game. He had 10 Ks versus Atlanta. Other than that, he hasn't hit that. And then couple that with the fact that this Arizona team sitting in the bottom five is striking out versus right hand pitching, which means they don't strike out much. I don't think I'll be able to get there no matter what he does. And the walks, he's hit that walks one time, hits allowed two of his last three games, earned runs. He hit his number in back to back games there. I mean, two of his last three games, however you want to call it. So, it is what it is. All right. Bats from this one here. I liked just looking at least a hit. First things first, I'm going to start off with of course I'm going to like Fernando Tatis, um, Xander Bogaerts. All right, so just on the season, he's 18 for 20 for just a hit. It's sitting at a parlay piece at a minus 280, but just a hit. You know what I'm saying? He's sitting at 18 for 20 at 90%. He's got a hit in every game except for two. Okay, and then he's hit total bases one and a half and one, two, three, four, five, six of those games there. Um, does he have stolen bases? One stolen base this season. Next bat I like here, probably my favorite bat is probably gonna be Soto. Um, Soto. Actually, I could just go versus not stolen bases. Let's go to hits. Um, versus This is a BVP pay. And 9 plate appearances versus Nelson. He has 2 home runs, 2 hits. So both of those hits were home runs and 3 RBI. So I like him for a hit all the way up to a home run. Okay. So there you have that. All right. Juan Soto. And then you got Cronenworth and Grisham and Machado, just Nelson Cruz, Tatis. It, give me them. Now I got some interest in Patrick Corbin. I mean Corbin. I'm saying Patrick Corbin. Corbin Carroll as well. He's been okay. He's 11 for 19 to at least a hit. So he he could pop out in this one here. If he get on base, he might steal one. I think he's got 4 or 5 stealing bases this year. But at the end of the day, give me those San Diego Padres money line parlays, run line straights. I'm gonna roll with them. Tatis back. I'm gonna roll with them. All right, I'm gonna roll with them. New York Mets at San Francisco Giants. We got an over under 8 in this spot. Singer on the mound, Manaea on the mound. So let's get right to it. All right. Going back to prop that's cash. What really stood out to me, which I'm not gonna end up going there, but one thing that really stood out to me was some walks, especially from Kodai Sengai. So his walks, he's sitting at 2.5. He's hit this number 3 straight games. However, when it comes to strikeouts, this is the number one team striking out versus right hand pitching, and I don't want to take the walks here. You can find a 5.5 strikeout line out there. I can go for that. Okay. I can go for that. I can go for that. If you find one of those lines out there like that, I can go for that. Or if you want to get to, if you like the New York Knicks Mets to win this game, player performance doubles, 5 strikeouts to the win. For pitcher under pitcher props here, it's not out of the realm of possibility here. Okay. So 5 strikeouts to the win. There you have it. He does have K stuff here. You can look at some of his numbers when it comes to this season. Um, he's striking batters out at 30% clip, 32% to the lefties, 28.6% to the righties. Okay, so strikeouts are definitely in play, especially versus the number one team. I don't like to go all the way up there, but hell, I might ladder his strikeouts up. I might. They do have some bats here that can hit righties though. These these San Francisco Giants, but like I said, strikeouts. We'll see. As far as bats here, I do like some bats here on the Knicks. I keep saying the Knicks, the New York side of things here. First bat I'm gonna start off with is Tommy Pham. Tommy Pham, he is let me see. Tommy Pham He's in 8 plate appearances. He has 2 home runs, 5 hits, a double, 3 RBIs in that time span. So I really, really like Tommy Pham. Keep an eye out for the injury news for Marte. Marte is I think he left the game early or something like that, so that might bump him up. Francisco Lindor, I like him. I like the bats. I like the bats. I like the bats. I like the bats for New York here. And then, like I said, J.D. Davis, he can hit a home run at any time. Michael Conforto, he can hit. But it's gonna be Pete Alonso. These guys, yeah. It's gonna be New York Mets or nothing for me in this spot. All right, so some of those bets I showed you guys. I'm not opposed to getting that. To what I'm saying, the player performance doubles, the strikeouts for Senga, all that's in play for me. Okay, let me see. What was the lines on this one here again? -122. The New York Mets on the road. Line looks kind of fishy though, man. Looks kind of fishy. Looks kind of fishy. Maybe New York Mets first five. I might have to look into that. Maybe a New York Mets first five money line at a -124. I might look into that, and I think that might be the play for me. But anything can happen. You can also look into. I don't think Manea has given up that many walks, but you might be able to look into his walks here. I know this. I know this. I know this. This New York Mets team they patient, man. They'll draw some walks. So on the season, his line sitting at 105, at 106, at a nice number at 106. Kansas City, Detroit, these guys didn't make him hit the number, but Chicago White Sox did. Top 10. New York Mets, they are a patient team. They top 10 at walks. So the walks are probably in play here. With that being said, guys, peace out. All right. Good luck today. Good luck.